Hi, Rob Linhart here in the Hazel's Wine Department, and we've got Sunday specials for March 3rd and 4th.
John was the first one to pull you down. He took one drink and he started to clown. Passed you the Hazel, Jane, and Jack. Penelope got you and passed you right back.
We've got three wines, three countries to talk about. We're going to start in the south of France with the 2021 Les Jumelles Roussanne. Now, Les Jumelles, this great value producers, and when I say value, I mean the quality for the price that we're asking you to pay is always there, and this bottle is no exception. Really nicely detailed Roussanne here. As these whites go, a good zippy acidity, so it's got a nice little kick on the palate. That acidity will carry through right to the finish. That's a key takeaway with this wine. Aromatically, this is going to open up with some nice sort of fresh apple, pear, white peach fruits. Little bit of a hint of a green, fresh herbal component as well, typical for the grape. Sometimes we call that garrigue. In this case, I wouldn't quite go that far. On the palate, it'll start to open up a little bit. It'll get a little sort of a plusher feel to it, a little bit rounder. Nice body, good weight to this wine as well. It'll start to lean a little more into those stone fruits. So we're really getting into peach, apricot notes, maybe just a little hint of leaves gives it a nice sort of sweet cream sort of note to it as well. No oak influence here that I can find. So a good, fresh style, very easy drinking, great example and a good entry point into this grape and this style. We're winging off to the northwest here. We are in the Columbia Valley of the U.S. for the 2019 Dusted Valley Boomtown Syrah. So much Syrah we know from the world we get on that north coast of California, but this is a grape that has really taken off and has really found a home up in the Northwest, in Washington in particular. This example, I would say a bit on the light side, not as full-bodied as a lot of Syrahs, but beautifully balanced, great freshness here. For me, kind of walking the line between the red and dark fruits, I would say it opens up with a slightly redder tone, think red cherry, for example. But as it goes through the palate, it definitely gets a little darker. We get maybe a slightly roasted tone to the fruit, maybe a roasted plum, some classic Syrah notes as well. Little hint of pepper, little hint of spice. Just a bit meaty, and I would say that term, but it's in there. Little bit of meat going on there. Not the most complex Syrah out there, to be honest, but the fact of the matter is it's a really approachable, easy drinking style, a great value in a domestic Syrah. Last but not least, we are heading to the north of Spain. We are in Rioja for the 2017 Bodega Solara Cerro Añón Reserva. Now, so many of you know the Reserva level for Rioja requires a minimum time in oak and a minimum time in barrel for release, and that adds up to about 3 years. So this is not current release, but frankly, still a bit young. And a youthful, well-made Reserva Rioja is going to show you a big oak influence up front, and you're going to get it here. Nice blast up front of a good American oak. So for me, kind of leaning into coconut, maybe a hint of dill. These are absolutely classic notes for these wines. As with Rioja, for the ageability of these wines, they're surprisingly light on their feet. This is a solidly mid-weight red wine. It will open up into a nice combination of red and blackberry fruits, classic notes of white pepper, little hints of spice sneaking through. Bit of licorice gives a slight of darker tone to the fruit underneath, little bit of earthiness as well laying underneath it. There are some tannins here, just a little bit of grip, but this is a surprisingly easy drinking style. If you like oak in your Rioja, this is going to be right in your wheelhouse. Folks, just a quick note, we do have one more wine that we're running that you'll see in the email. We're not going to talk about it here. It's the 2018 Eden Riff Chardonnay. If you want to check out my notes on this wine, please click on the link below.
John was the first one to pull you down. He took one drink and he started to clown. Passed you the Hazel, Jane, and Jack. Penelope got you and passed you right back.